What's up everyone, it's Eternal here with a Raid Shadow Legend guide. And today, as you can see, we're looking at Blind Seer. Now, we're going to jump into her abilities and we'll have a little look at her and see where she can be used and her masteries. Now, her A1 is called Visions of Death. It's a 3-hit and each hit has a 30% chance of decreasing the turn meter by 15%. This can go up to a 40% chance when booked, and that's really strong on an A1. So each hit has a 30% chance of decreasing turn meter by 15%. So if they all hit, you're looking at a 45% decrease. Really strong. But great, but it's a multi-hit A1, and we like that on champions. Of course, she is a Void Dark Elf too, and we've got a lot of Dark Elves, but she's Void, which is really great. Dark Shroud is at A2 and places a shield buff and a block debuffs buff on all allies for 2 turns. This shield is proportional to this champion's max HP. So she does benefit from health due to her Dark Shroud here. And you can reduce that to a 4-turn cooldown, although I have not done that yet. A3, revive all dead allies to 35% HP. And this is the buffed version, so she's got her 3-star ascension. Places a block damage buff on all allies except this champion for 1 turn. This champion will receive damage equal to 25% of their max HP. This will happen even if it kills the champion. So she revives your other champions that are dead. She takes damage proportional to their max HP. I believe this is on. I believe it's 50% of their max HP before she's ascended. Again, you can book this and get this down to a 6-turn. It's an AOE wide team revive. And it is so strong. This girl has single-handedly pushed me through the game. She was my first legendary, and she is amazing. And here we have her aura, increases ally defense in dungeons by 42%, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is the highest defense increase in dungeons that we have. I might be mistaken there, but it's certainly very, very high. 42% is huge. She makes a great dungeon lead, particularly if you have defensive characters, things like that. So I'll go over her masteries and how I have built her. I have picked up Giant Slayer at the bottom here, you guys can't see, and Methodical because she only has 1 damaging ability and that's her A1. And then Kill Streak just to get down to that Giant Slayer. But yeah, so crit damage, increased damage inflicted when attacking with full HP. And lifesteal when below, so she's got an extra bit of lifesteal and just general damage. She's built for kind of everywhere, if I'm honest. I've built her. I use her from clan boss to dungeons to arena, so she's very versatile. And then in the support tree, increasing her HP, increasing the shields that she places, and yeah, just really, really strong. She's a shield character, so I recommend increasing this value of shields. Chance to decrease, a very small chance with Cycle of Magic to knock a 1-turn reduction there, and has a 30% chance to extend the duration of buffs cast by this champion. So it doesn't work on the block damage, but it does work on her shield, so you can have 3-turn shield. It's just really strong. In terms of gearing, I use her on clan boss, and because of my current composition, I am running lifesteal on her. Now, I've gone for a little bit of a mix. You could definitely go for defense, speed, in terms of the gloves and chest and boots, but I've gone for defense HP. These pieces of gear are not very good, but because she benefits from HP with that Dark Shroud, really strong. Now, defense works very well, and her defense is quite low. I'm probably going to try and bump this up and experiment with switching HP versus defense. For clan boss, defense is probably better, dungeons, because you end up with a really squishy champion that just takes lots of damage, and it's not great. But her base stats are really strong as well. I think she's got the fastest speed in the game, 115, I believe, and really nice HP, decent defense, decent attack. Her damage is based off attack, but she's not really there for damage, right? So you do get some with her Giant Slayer because of her multi-hit A1, but honestly, she's more utility. Like the utility she brings is amazing and will push you through content. So in terms of jewelry and rings, I'm running a HP ring with defense on, more HP. I've got a defense amulet, has a little bit of HP on, a little bit of accuracy, and then I'm going for a resistance banner at the moment. I'm testing a resistance banner in the arena, but I'm mainly going for the defense and speed on this. The speed and defense are really important because her base speed is so high. Like 185, you can easily push Blind Seer like above 200. Like, it's not hard. You just need to farm gear a little bit. So I need to do that a little bit more. I have a little bit of accuracy on her, and that is to land the Visions of Death. Not a lot. If you are using her, because she can be used in kind of different roles and doing different things, depending where you're using her, that may be more or less important to you. But for arena and places like Fire Knight, it's certainly pretty good. So in terms of stat priority, I think the most important thing you can do is get her a good amount of speed. Okay, if your champions are slow, they're not very useful generally. So speed, defense percent, HP percent, accuracy, probably in that order. Like, I value accuracy the lowest because it only works with her A1, whereas her defense and HP are really fantastic. And I play around with it a little bit, okay? I think defense is really strong, particularly with lifesteal. The more defense you have, the more your life is worth, because it, damage is, you need to do a bit more damage to get through that defense. Whereas if you've just got loads of HP, the value kind of drops. Like, I tried her with just HP and she didn't work very well. She put up a nice big shield, but she was dying a lot. She was dying really fast and it just didn't really work. But she is very versatile, and I would kind of give her like A's across the board. Like, she's very strong. Yeah, I'd be giving her at least 4s or 5s in all of these. Like, she's really good. She is fantastic in all of these. She's fantastic here. She's fantastic here. She's fantastic here. There's a trend, okay? She's great in all of these. You can even use her, I believe, in a spider team. Now, I haven't tried this, okay? So, if this is going to work or not, I don't know. But I'm going to try it, okay, for you guys. Now, the idea here is that Blind Seer will revive the cold hearts. I don't know how it's going to work in practice, but I've been meaning to try this out for a little while, so hopefully the speed is enough for it to work. But she's kind of filling Roshkard's role here, so see how it goes. Just that shroud with the shield. You can see it has a nice, healthy shield there. The cold hearts are probably all going to die, I'd imagine. Burning Passion, Art Seeker, Art Seeker. And it's okay if they die because of that self-sacrifice there. Turn meter's been dropped. Venus's AoE HP burn is kind of doing its thing. I'm going to go for... This is going to be quite close, I think, at this rate. There we go. So, Blind Seer can do that. She can kind of fill that role. It's a little bit more sketchy than the Roshkard, I suppose. But she can fill that kind of... She revives the champions up. They get to, take that turn. Block damage on there, really strong. So she can be used in an end game spider team if you don't have a block damage or unkillable champion. Of course, she's fantastic in Dragon. She helped me to push Dragon. So I was using her instead of Arbiter. So I was using her kind of something a little bit like this, perhaps. We'll give this a try. I don't know how this will work. I've been using Arbiter to speed boost. But if you have a revive in Dragon, it just makes your life so much easier. So I've been using Arbiter, but up until I got Arbiter, I was using Blind Seer. So my Dragon runs were a little bit longer, but they were 100% reliable. Like Dragon 20, I was not failing because of that revive. And if you pair her with somebody like Sinesha who can heal, it just starts ramping up. Okay, so it's just really strong, and it's not the fastest run, but she will get you to Dragon 20, okay? If your other champions are there, like, she can help to support your team and just kind of give you that shield, reduce a little bit of turn meter, and revive. Like, you see these are both dead now? Back up with a block damage. HP balance, look at that, that's a combo right there. So strong. And that shield, it makes such a difference. And because it's not just a shield, but it's also a block debuffs, that makes it even stronger. So when we get to the dragon, we can block the attack down, the poisons, and it's just really strong. I haven't actually booked her yet, but she is worth booking, definitely. But I think she's a really strong champion, and she just gets stronger if you book her. So there we go, about 1 minute 30, and we're at the dragon now. And this is just kind of, you know, just kind of got to work through it now. She'll eventually, Blind Seer will bring the other Cold Heart back up. This Cold Heart will probably die off. There we go, block damage. Nice. And because my Cold Hearts are really quite squishy, having that revive and shield, it makes such a difference here. Like, it makes such a huge difference. And a properly built Blind Seer can really really carry your team through dungeons and help you to push up to that level 20. So just about to finish off the dragon now. There we go. Blind Seer actually getting the last hit too. So there you go. She works at a dragon 20 team. I'm going to try Fire Knight, and this place is hit and miss. But Blind Seer is in this team that it's not 100% success rate. I'm trying to get it closer. But you'll see, because of her multi-hit A1, turn meter reduction, all of that, just so strong. So I'll clear out the waves with this, and then I'll cut back to this once we're at the boss. Okay, so we're at 2 minutes 10 roughly, and we've just got to the boss. I'll keep it running on auto and see how it goes. You are relying on your Cold Hearts to land their Heart Seekers a little bit with this, but Blind Seer with the revive, we've actually got a double revive with Arbiter and Blind Seer here. It's really strong, and I have got it to work, so hopefully this time it works too, but we're just going to have to see, I suppose. And yeah, just see how it goes really. Oof. Now you go to see the Cold Hearts die quite a lot, which is a shame. But it kind of is what it is. Okay, nice. Got that turn meter reduction there from Cold Heart, just like makes it. So now with the turn meter boost, I can try and boost the speed up, and hopefully the other Cold Heart reduces turn meter. Yes. Okay. So this is how it's meant to work. So this is nice to see. So we've got the heal reduction from Cold Heart. We've got Blind Seer placing a shield, reviving along with Arbiter, and just the team composition works really nicely. So this is my current. There we go. See, that's quite a nice fight. That was quite a smooth run then. Some garbage gloves, unfortunately, but that was actually a personal best for me. So 3 minutes 25. So that's Dragon and Fire Knights and Spider. Obviously, Minotaur she's really great in. I don't think I have an Ice Golem 20 team really right now, so I don't know how this would go, but I can certainly give it a try. I've got to be honest, Ice Golem 20 is one of my least favourite dungeons, just because you kind of do like a sustain match, and I haven't tried it since the poison nerf, or the resistance you kind of fix, or whatever you want to call it. So I don't actually know how this is going to go, but this is a good time to test it live, and just kind of see how it goes really, I suppose. The Blind Seer's shield here is really nice versus the reflect damage, and this seems to be going pretty smoothly on the trash so far, so no issues with this team certainly. Blind Seer just helping to kind of shield and turn meter reduction and everything, you know, just helps a little bit. But the revive I think will be really strong on the boss here, and again a double revive much like the Fire Knight. We'll see how it goes. The good thing about Blind Seer also is her blocks debuff, so the heal reduction guy here and the decreased defense guy here, she can block those debuffs, and she can also block the golem's freeze when he does his Frigid Vengeance, I believe it's called. Yes. So this might be a long fight, but I'm hoping this team's able to reliably do it. Okay, so Arbiter's down, now Arbiter's back up. Hopefully we just get some heals and shields off and stuff like that. We can bump us back up. There we go. Okay, so that's the second Frigid Vengeance there. Okay, that's the third Frigid Vengeance. We're already on 6.5 minutes now. This is a really long run, but it's full auto. So I guess it does the job. And then that's number 4. So I believe that is the last Frigid Vengeance there. Unless there's one more to come in. And now we're just onto the final stretch. It's like 9.5 minutes. This is why I don't show these Ice Golem runs for most of my champion videos, because my team isn't great and it's just so slow and I really don't like it. And the only reason I did Ice Golem 20 auto was for Arbiter. Like, that was it. And I guess we missed his last Frigid Vengeance there. But yeah, that's like almost 10 minutes. That was a quite a slow run there, so definitely need to change that team up for Ice Golem, but Blind Seer is usable there, and I just want to show that off. So Clan Boss, she's actually in my current Clan Boss team. I use her because I don't have a counter attack, so she just kind of slots in, and even if I did have a counter attack, I might just drop Apothecary. So we can see there that 2 guys got the decreased speed and the other 3 didn't, so really nice. And this is where you'll see Blind Seer really heal off those Giant Slayer procs, and the lifesteal set really comes into its own. They're fantastic against bosses, where you can really, you know, do a lot of damage from those procs, and they've got a lot of HP. But Blind Seer is fantastic here. She's able to block the debuffs and also the stun if you place the shield at the right time. So particularly if you're manualing this rather than autoing, you can, you know, get that placement perfect, and she's able to block those stuns. You know, you don't need a cleanse. It's really great, but obviously there wasn't up. A little bit too late there. So if you are manualing this, try to block the Numbing Fear and the Crushing Force. So if you place the shield just before the Numbing Fear, you should be able to cover both of those abilities. And don't worry too much about this one here, the Crash Through, because it hits pretty hard, but there's no debuff that's placed there, whereas these two are placing a debuff. So if you're really trying to optimize, I would say that's where you probably want to drop her shield. And in fact, if I book her out, this may be a lot smoother, and her damage, the damage of this Clan Boss team may go up just because I'm able to drop that a turn earlier. So I'll give that a try, and I'll figure out what works with it. And even managed to block the stun as well. So that's what I mean. Just if you drop the shield there between these two abilities, you can block the stun and the debuff that the Clan Boss places. So finishing off there, that's the run. It went okay, I think. 14.74, okay, you know, it's enough to 3 key. But Blind Seer really puts in a bit of work there. Her damage was quite low actually. And in Arena as well, I've been using her in my defense. She's quite nice there. I've got an all Void team, so obviously it's quite nice. Let's see if I can get this. Don't know how it'll go, but she's very usable in Arena. I'm just using her for that Dark Shroud and Revive as well. But if you see there, blocking those debuffs is really strong, so if you're not able to quite clench out that first turn, being able to block debuffs is really strong. And I've kind of been trying Roshcard versus Blind Seer, but I think Blind Seer with the Revive and the Revive into a block damage is just really strong. And I think this blocks debuff here, so if I don't take all of these out, well, I got them all, but it's very useful and certainly has its place in Arena. There are different gear sets you can use on her, so I'm using the lifesteal, but you can also use things like, so some people have tried, I believe it's the regeneration set. I tried that early on, was a little bit. It was good pre Giant Slayer because 10% health every turn is quite nice, but once you've got that Giant Slayer with lifesteal, it's just not so good. Obviously, Immortal is also an option, so that gives her 15% health, and she heals by 3% every turn. Just you need a way to heal, so it'll depend on your team composition a little bit, but if you've got a steady income of health and she's pretty tanky, she shouldn't die, and you can hopefully get a couple of revives off with a self-sacrifice instead of her just dying when you use it. Anyway, that is me done. This is this guide. If you've enjoyed, thumbs up and drop any comments, questions below, and I'll see you in the next one.